Here it comes. We're nearing the end. So we've fought a lot of nasty plants, and we've uncovered a conspiracy and fixed it, more or less. Or unless there's still more plants, that'll be the last little detail. But these two wineries are banding together, and I'm crashing into plants. Good job, me. This beautiful countryside will be peaceful once again. Well, remotely. Vaguely. The people will be a little bit more at peace. Two very specific people and all the people that work under them. That's how it goes. These are still nightmare death countries where every 5 feet there's 17 more things that want to kill me.
Come on, Roach.
What's your deal?
You!
Yes, me?
You!
Okay, never mind. She seemed roadside, like many of the surprise random quests tend to be, so I was like, ooh, what could be going on here? Nope, she's just gonna shout at me until I walk away. She's an excellent conversationalist if you hadn't put that together already. They're back! They're always back. One last time. Hip. Nope. Aha! I was out of range again, wasn't I? I'm really good at being out of range. It's like one of my primary talents, really. Oop. Burn. Oh, I don't even have my sword drawn. Whoops. Hey there. Here comes the attack. Oop. Ah. There was no fire in there, was there? I don't think I actually burned it even a little bit. Yep. So people are saying that the dodge thing was fixed in a patch. So I'm not crazy, there really was a weird dodging problem in this game. Not dodge, lock on. What a weird problem to have. Oh yeah, our lock-on combat game just stopped having lock-on. Odd. Very odd. But glad it's fixed, because that was a bummer. I don't know if you guys caught that, but there was one last detail in there where the we initiated the time travel scene so quickly that time that you could still see the plant's like corpse, or it was probably one of those exploding pods. It was you could still see the pod descending underground as it was essentially being despawned, even while in the middle of me sitting down, because they just started it pretty quickly. It was just amusing, because the stuff kind of sneaking underground like that is supposed to be kind of like a hidden detail. Like it's supposed to be a subtle removal of an object, but the camera basically zooms in on it when in that context, because it's trying to show Geralt meditating. Oh, more details. What's this one gonna be? My darting Melian, or my darling Melanie. Melanie. Throwing me off with your accents. I was gonna say umlaut, and that's not even close to right. I wrote you this letter while lapping up the last rays of the sun, which is just now hiding behind the horrendous crest of Mount Gorgon. It shall not be a long letter for two reasons. The first, it will soon be too dark to write, and the second, I have important duties to attend to. Miss Matilda has ordered me to see the security, to the security of the newly built vineyard on Pavone Slope, and to see to it attentively, for ill business is afoot. Afoot, good job. Great, I'm great. Yep, nailed it. Of late, for our Vermentino. When not bandits, it's these yellow, monstrous parasites. I'll spend some time there, withering with longing for you, my darling, like a vine pining for a touch of life-giving light. Yours forever, Laurent. They're just trying to see. They're trying to drive it home that like all these random casualties are people with lives and people they're attached to and all that other stuff. And that's the part that's dark here, is that this is all a squabble about some people's vineyards, and those are relatively small and insignificant people compared to what happens to the others that get caught up in the swing of all this. And it's tragic, because they're just peasants and they're just trying to make a living, and they don't a lot of them don't have much reason to be that loyal to any of the particular people. They might be like, oh yeah, they treat us nice, so they're cool. But overall, it's just a matter of, like, they need to eat every day. So they ally themselves with people that might be able to feed them and make their lives work. And that's all there really is to it. And they don't have any reason to be on one side or the other. But then the various factions decide to start warring with each other over details that are unimportant to the common folk. Because if the vineyard simply changed hands and they were still working the same posts, like, it wouldn't affect their daily lives and in dramatic ways, most likely at least. But instead, they all gotta die, because when all these big top of the ladder types squabble over things, it's all the people on the bottom that die. This quest has a body count of probably like 20 to 30 people, and I don't think any of the people that it's actually about have had any sort of casualties. But I have returned at long last, so let's resolve this conflict. Or at least, resolve the problem.
Master Witcher, have you any news?
Solved your problems. Coronata and Vermentino can both go back to operating normally.
Under the circumstances, it is my pleasure to announce that title to the Belgaard vineyard will officially be signed over to the new consortium the two of you shall form.
Truly? I cannot believe it! We've done it!
Oh, thank you, Witcher. I've no idea how to repay you.
Could start with my reward.
Yes! Well deserved, I dare say. Here.
Far be it from me to insist, but I've a feeling a professional's aid might yet be useful to you. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Come with me. It is high time you saw Belgaard.
I'm not sure I liked his tone. Come with us, Witcher. Something tells me we shall have work for you yet.
Was that something the guy with the funny hat who said, "We have work for you yet"? I think that might have been what gave you that idea.
All right, let's go.
My desire for Belgaard to pass into capable hands was no idle whim. For the vineyards, I've been told of workers dying on their rounds, monsters prowling about. Before anyone can call this home, they will have to deal with these, inconveniences. That is the minister's wish.
More work for me, I guess.
If you're willing, we'll gladly accept your help.
I can help, sure, but I won't work for free.
More. Wow. Wait, did the number get lower? I thought it was like 8,000 last time. And maybe it was hundreds last time. I don't really remember. It's been a little bit.
Fine. We have a deal.
Always nice to get a nice even number.
More or less already agreed, I guess.
That's a weight off my chest, I must say. Your reward shall be fair, I promise.
I'll get to work.
You promise? We already decided what the reward is. Because you don't need to don't make vague promises about my future when we've already decided on the reward. What are you doing? So I still have more problems. Now what are they? Just general problems, just for fun? Like what? At least this one's nice and nearby, I guess. Mark that one manually just to make sure it's that. No, yep, that's the one we already have marked. Okay, let's see what's going on now. It can't be more plants, can it? Surely we've resolved that conflict. There must be like they must be all new problems. Ooh, a vineyard infestation.
Hey, with the blades on your back. Help us.
Tell me there are things that walk around. Yay, I think there are things that walk around. That's good news. Always better news. Guys. What are they? Oh, they're the weird insect monsters. Oops. Keep my distance. There we go. Keeping it careful. Hey now. No. I don't want neighbors. Oh, they're dead too. I wonder how many of them are... Are there a bunch of these everywhere now? Or are there going to be 5 different problems? Always welcome for variety. Ow. And I've been poisoned. That's not great for my complexion. Finish him. We good? Right, we need to take out the actual nest really quickly here. Keep quenning to heal. Let's see. We're running out of decoction, so soon I'm gonna probably want to recover.
If I want to get rid of the Endrigas.
Probably gonna want to meditate soon to get me more. Any clues? I guess just an infestation, so maybe there's no things to investigate here. Always curious, though. Let's go ahead and loot the corpses. If nothing else, there's a chance of a mutagen. Those are pretty big deal for the progression right now. I would say that acquiring mutagens are actually kind of more important than acquiring experience right now for the leveling system. Because it's kind of easy to get a bunch of experience all the time, but getting enough mutagens to keep up on levels is actually not always easy. Hey, we're by that cemetery, where we met up with the vampire a while ago, after my very oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any dialogue? Nope, just gonna repeat that. Ooh, someone's journal. Part of a journal, only last entry is legible, remaining pages stuck together with dried blood. I cursed every day I had to grovel and toil for Count Crespi. Now I curse every day I cannot serve him. Now I know why he was so harsh, so domineering, so eager, so quick to anger. One cannot remain calm and good-natured when so many troubles crop up every damn day in one vineyard. Now I, as steward of Belgaard, must deal with each of them. The geologist the Count hired before his tragic death has disappeared. With him went the hefty sacks of crowns we sent him, and the study he had hired to complete. We had hired him to complete. Tilly Fields is infested with giant centipedes, and a breathless page just ran up to inform me something's intact in northern vines. Enough writing. I'm off to see what this panic's about. Well, he's dead now, unfortunately. That's his corpse. Sad.
Hard to believe it's over.
So everyone who runs this place is getting killed. Seriously, the body count of this place. How is wine worth it? I guess it's like the economy around here, so it's not totally negligible, but damn. Like, at what point do you give up on, like, this many, like, you think they were at war with how, what am I stuck on? Oops. Move around. Oh, there's a bridge over here. You would think that we had, like a war going on, like with the Redenian army or something, with the sheer number of dead that are constantly cropping up. I've been on my horse for like 60 seconds and I'm already seeing multiple nests of horrible monsters in every direction. I'm surprised there aren't a whole bunch of like, wannabe witchers everywhere, basically. Like, there should be just droves of like people that try to do what witchers do, even if they don't believe in all the creepy stuff about turning into a mutant and everything like that. Like, you'd think that that'd be a pretty popular job, is doing what I do, because there's a clear demand. I am a busy goddamn man. All right, a lot of chests here to get stuck on, so we'll have to be careful. Nope. There's my chance. Oh, not quite. Let's see if I can lure them closer to me, because if they're not in Earden, I'm in trouble. I need them to get stuck. Here's one. There we go. Carve that guy up. Centipede puree. Nope. You broke my Quen. I'm not a fan. Please come into my weird bubble of slowness. Pretty please. That's not my bubble of slowness. Oh, they're disappearing on me, aren't they? This'll do. This'll get me some progress. Just keep the fire. Oh, there we go. I think we got a crit out of that one. That seemed really lucky. Oh, jeez. That's a new one for me. He dove for it. Watch out. Get that Quen back up. Where's his next pile? There he is. Ow. He's dead, though. Anyone else? It's dangerous out there. Alright, what do we have? Got a few chests. Whoever brought them here is pretty dead at this point, I'd say. Lots of shards. It's kind of surprising to me because I get the, oop, hello. Another letter for us. I just get the feeling from, like, Worlds like Monster Hunter or something, which I've never played, but it seems like it seems like worlds like that are places where, like, oh, it's tough outside, but everyone in the world is tough too, because they gotta respond to that. So it's the surprising thing about The Witcher is that the world's so hostile, but it feels like the average person is not at all scaling to that. Letter to Gregory Pieside? That's not an easy one to figure out. Dear Sir, I trust this letter finds you in good health. As per our earlier correspondence, I would like to commission you from you a geologic survey to use in determining in which location we shall find the most fitting soil for expanding our vineyard's anchorage. I suspect my messenger has already given you your retainer. As a final matter, I'd like to warn you against putting too much faith in the rumors which various beggars and vagrants have been spreading throughout our community in the last weeks. We in this area do not have any problems with giant centipedes or monsters of any sort, really, and you may begin to work at once with no need to fear. I wish you success and eagerly await the results of your survey. Count Vladimir Crespi. So that guy's just a scumbag, huh? He just ruins people and pretends there's no threats out here? I can't even for a second believe that there's any in-universe character that's like, oh yeah, the wilderness is safe, just go on out there. Nothing's gonna go wrong. Because every particle of open space I've visited so far has been dangerous. Yeah, I think they got rid of the thing where you could click a stick to change your current quest objective, unless I'm just forgetting what it was. I could have sworn it was either left or right click, but with the sticks, and right now neither of them change my objective. So I've got to manually mark which one I think is the close one to make that my next objective. That's fine. It's very easy to work around. But yeah, you go in any direction for 30 seconds and you might meet a lethal monster that wants to ruin everybody. What's over here? Oh! Hello. Another Vinter.
Whoa there, sir. I guess those swords on your back aren't there as festoons. Maybe you could help me?
Maybe. Depends.
Well, there's a cave that to my mind would be splendid for aging wine. Not over dry and none too moist.
But?
Well, damn thing's full of noise. The arse-clenching sort. Clinkety, bangety, knockety kind. Sent McClarkin to sea been 2 days, and he's not back. I reckon it's aught to do with the elven ruins. Blah. That's about the cave. So, lend us a hand, will you?
Fine. I'll have a look in the cave, see what lurks there.
Ongoing trend with these caves, huh? It's always a monster down in a cave so far with these guys. Alright, let's be careful. I'm about to run out of echidna. If I want any more of that, I'll have to meditate to get more back. Hello. See something dark. And a drop-off point that usually means combat. What is that? Oh, is that a gargoyle? I haven't seen their likes for a while. Not the best opponents for my build, usually. Get a Quen established. Pretty much gonna need an Irridan for this. Ow. Rude. Why must you? Put the torch away. Stop. Nope, stop pulling the torch back out. There we go. Don't want to deal with that additional animation of him trying to use that over and over again. I guess we fought a gargoyle at the first Elven Ruins way back when Yennefer first sent me to get the upgrades. That was a while ago, wow. Yep. Just gotta keep it up. Their fun new sword friend. Watch out. This sword does serious damage, especially with the way that it keeps building up. There we go. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I might build up extra damage the more I hit things, and I think well, I mean, that part's for sure, but I think it might not get weakened if I actually keep my Quen up. I think that might nullify the effect of getting damaged and having it reset, but I'm not really sure. Either way, that gargoyle went down faster than some of the ones we've seen in the past. Interestingly, I'm getting daily comments on my playthrough of the first DLC talking about my pitiful sword damage, which has been amusing, because I'm like, why is... I guess there's a new expansion out, so that just renews interest in everything, but it is amusing to have a weird spike of interest in those relatively old videos suddenly. Got a vibration. probably just a gargoyle. I thought it was the Witcher amulet freaking out about something. Could have been both. It could be both. Let's get those Eardens down. So good for crowd control. Oh. Stop your stomping. Come on.
Show me what.
Here comes more. Alright. Oops, I forgot to Quen. Oop. He's getting stunned a lot. Is my Earden making him get stunned? Interesting. Watch out. Really just makes the most sense to just take the stomp to the face and try to replay Quen rather than try to dodge it, really. That damage really seems to build up. Nice. Good news for me. I've wanted viable melee for a while. I've wanted to be a caster in general because I find it more interesting compared to going pure melee, from what I've seen. But you still need it as a fallback plan. A lot of things tend to not be flammable, such as rock monsters. Hello, water. I don't want to go in the water, but there's a chest down there, so I probably should check it out. I've made it clear I don't like the swimming mechanics in this game, so I'm always very happy to avoid it. It's just some armor. Huh. I do sometimes kind of wish the game didn't have armor sets at all. Especially these linear crafting upgrades. Like, if they want to have a crafting system, fine. But having the main Witcher armor be a series of linear upgrades of like, here's a armor set that complements your build. Now keep upgrading it to the next class of that same armor over and over again. Like, if a game wants to do that as primary form of armor, that's fine, but having that and then also having a bunch of random pieces of armor that show up throughout the game almost seems like a weird contradiction in some way, because like on one point of view, like, yeah, I'd love to keep changing my appearance and stuff like that, like, that's nice, but at the same time, like, if one set of armor is better for your build than the other one, wouldn't you use the better armor rather than stuff that looks cool and so on?
All clear now? Did you manage it?
Yeah, all taken care of.
Ha! And 4 core witches layabouts and freeloaders? Bollocks! Storehouse will be ready in 2 days at most. And here on in, you've cut rate prices on all my goods.
Not from around here, are you?
Nay, from Povis we are. Wandered south for the climber for the First War. Chills up north were giving me wifey lumbago.
So long.
There we go. One little extra detail of help. Where is my horse hanging out? There you are. I was looking for him on the map and didn't realize that he was standing directly in front of me. Oh. Always amusing when you go into a full gallop, but you're on an invisible wall, so your character levitates in midair while running at full speed. Like that. That shatters the illusion momentarily, doesn't it? Whoa, those mountains. That's a hell of a split. So it must have been originally a solid mountain, but then I guess we must be meaning to think that there must have... Oh, hi, bandits. Hi. You're not even why I'm here, but I might as well just ruin you. You seem like this... Oh god, I'm dying. Okay. 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 Reapplying Quen. Owie. Okay. Let's go find our way over to these nasty archers hanging out in the back, ruining my day, like they do. Whoops. How's that working out for you? Yeah, block that. Whoopsie. Barbecue machismo. Whoopsie. There we go. Ooh. With a satisfying pop at the end. What am I doing? Don't pick up maces. Gross. They're really heavy and not worth... They're not even really worth carrying to sell, I don't think. Granted, I don't have much use for money in many cases. But it's always a bummer to be like, oh, I'm heavy. Oh, I filled up my inventory with maces again. I did it again. I'm sorry, me, from the past and future. Poor guy. Got notes and a baguette with fish pâté. Adjunct Philip Borut's notes. Oh, is this the, was he helping with the study? First day of the month of Burke. The very first day, and I already regret agreeing to participate in this expedition. The journey itself will take 8 weeks. Besides, I do not believe anyone from Isabelle Duchamp's lost expedition remains alive. It has been years. Professor Ivor has taken a hearty supply of egg salad sandwiches with him for the road. A few stages or pages. Anyway, they're glued together by sticky substance, probably mayonnaise. Gross. 14 days later, or day 14 anyway, we have arrived. Professor Ivor gave the order to pitch camp near the ruins of Termes, the place where the missing group led by the Professor Duchamp was supposed to carry out its excavations. Then we drank 2 bottles of wine and went to sleep. 2 days later, the Termes Palace ruins. The very thought of them sends shivers down my spine. Nevertheless, I believe we should begin our search of the ruins of themselves. Yet the professor the professor keeps beating around the bush and spends most of his time curled up with a bottle. My suggestion to head deeper into the woods and look for signs of the expedition was shrugged off with a comment about the impertinence and an accusation of trying to take over leadership of the expedition. 2 days later, the professor has perished. He departed yesterday morning and had not returned to camp by evening. We soon sent out to look for him. Perhaps that drunkard finally dared visit the ruins. Doesn't perish mean dead? How do you know he's dead if he just disappeared? Those mean different things. Oh! Here's a journal that'll complement that story, though. Whoa. Whoa, a lot of books. Mostly ones I've seen before, though. Yeah, just a collection of different books throughout the game. But here's his journal, which I'll have to wait. There we go. No, that's not what I meant, sorry. Ooh, Slizards. There's a name. Oh no! The journal didn't come up. Well, here's that random one that I kind of accidentally opened a moment ago. Slizards Through the Ages. For many years, it was erroneously believed Slizards were simply wyverns in their highest state of development. One scholar, whose completion of academic course of study must have been a result of no small miracle, heatedly defended this point of view in a scientific quote-unquote work, whose title I shall mercifully withhold. His main line of reasoning was an absurd and completely off-mark parallel drawn between the development cycles of the Slizard and Pires brassae, also known as the cabbage butterfly. A Slizard, claimed by the author, is nothing but a fully matured wyvern that has developed fire glands. Utter rubbish. Let it be known, once and for all, that Charles von Linné is a filthy fopdoodle and an uneducated knucklehead. A Slizard is not by any means the same beast as a wyvern. Oh, how could I disagree with you with such intelligent discourse as that? You called him a flopdoodle. That's inescapable. Here we go. It is tough to find documents in this game. There's like 3 different menu options I want to say, but all of them are tough to navigate and not very well organized and tough to find the new things. And there's also the frustrating thing where like if you like slightly highlight something for even a moment, it's then marked as red forever, so you're afraid to highlight it and navigate the menus. It's awkward. Professor Noel Ivor's journal. The journal's been kept chaotically, full of stains, blots, and incomprehensible scribbles, and the entries are not dated. Every day I regret what I said then. How could I have been so foolish? Why did I not agree to become her assistant? Fie upon you, base abomination, oh Isabelle, forgive me. Enough inaction, I'm off to Beauclair. If I find you alive, Isabelle, I will fall to my knees and plead forgiveness, and if you're gone, enough of this wallowing in self-pity, time to get to work. I have chosen the most talented and hardworking of my students, and for my assistant I have named my most clever adjunct, Philip Barut. The Academy Chancellery has accepted the plan for our expedition. We need but collect our equipment, then hit the road. Unbelievable. Philip had the audacity to point out to me that eating egg salad sandwiches while traveling in closed carriage is poor manners. What arrogance! And to think I prized him above all my adjuncts. I could not have imagined a worse start to our 8-work journey. There's a few pages stuck together with sticky substance, maybe mayonnaise? Makes sense with the egg salad, I suppose. It's gotta have a strong smell, right? That's the point. We have arrived, I fear, entering these ruins. I fear what I shall find there. I think I lack the strength to face the truth. That impertinent upstart Philip Root is driving me completely mad. He's accused me of idleness and indecision. How dare he hurl such insults in the presence of other members of our expedition? He does not understand who my beloved Isabel was, who she is to me. I do not wish to. I cannot face the truth. I'm off, alone, at the moment, for I do not wish to see them to see me when I find. I will begin by searching the ruins of the temple abutting the river. There's supposed to be a temple nearby. A temple near the river. Can I find this? Is that the... That's probably the quest marker, right? That's probably what I think I just got context for the place that I'm already headed to for the current quest. These are all background details about what happened to this expedition. Well, things are about to get interesting, aren't they? So he's out here looking for some lost Isabel? Seems like she would probably be infected by something. Well, that's a bad sign. That's a real bad sign for everyone involved, really. Hey now. I'm just trying to apply a little something here and there. Die. I saw that arrow coming. I saw it. Just slow you guys down for a little while. Yep, that's what you get. Whoop. Nice try, though. Very decisive. Oopsie. And then burning. Whoop. Hi. Wanna try again? No? Alright. How's that archer doing? Oh, I see you over here. Whoa, how'd I catch him on fire? That's impressive. He was like in the wrong direction. Interesting.
I thank you, sir. Were it not for you, well, those bandits were not pulling pranks. I could pound some new steel for you in gratitude, but I must first return to my workshop in Belgaard.
Let's go. No time to lose.
I thank you again for your aid. Care to glance at my wares?
What were you doing in the Caraberta woods? And how'd you wind up a prisoner of those bandits?
Ever since the Count died, I've not had the resources to buy raw materials, meaning no new barrel hoops, no tools. So I mustered a few lads and went into the woods to scavenge. A great deal of scrap to be had in those elfin ruins, if you don't mind digging. Folks say the place is haunted, but I've no fear of elfin ghosts.
A rational man.
Rational or superstitious, it matters not. The point is, I did not see a single ghost. Yet a Hansa, yes, that we ran into. Though it seems I've more luck than sense, because you came along to save me.
See ya.
Alright, we're saving people and populating the map with more and more of these blacksmiths and useful characters we can revisit later if we need them. Where were we? Is Roach still over there? He totally is. Thanks for marking my spot, Roach. Alright, we're gonna mark this location again. I am very much interested in figuring out what's going on over there. Maybe that'll be our little quest for next episode, is to find out what the hell's going on that corner of the map. So I'm curious. I want to see what's going on with that, see if we can find out about Isabel and things like that.